series, the class of 2012 visits the Städelschule in Frankfurt, a unique fine arts academy. Unsurprisingly, its students are also distinctive.
Florian Auer studies sculpture at Frankfurt's Städelschule. Here he's engaging in his main activity, thinking, reflecting, and waiting for inspiration, which usually comes from everyday life. Auer is 27 and a soccer fan. Most recently, the Sky TV logo caught his eye. It's a typical way for him to find subjects to sculpt.
When I'm fascinated by something in my private life or in the media, and when I'm traveling, I try to bring it to life in the studio. I reproduce it, or the way I imagine it, the way you make a sketch of something you remember. Here we're generally allowed complete freedom in the way we work and how much we work, how much time we spend in the studio. It sounds like the easiest course of study ever, insofar as we don't have any tests or projects to turn in.
Frankfurt's Städelschule is the freest, most progressive, and most prestigious fine arts academy in Germany. Students come here from all over the world. Vytautas Jurevicius, Vytas for short, comes from Lithuania. He's studying fine arts. Right now, he's working on music for a performance. Sound engineer Daniel Fott is helping him. Vytas says that in Lithuania, it would be unthinkable for visual artists to make music.
We have a completely different academic system. If you want to go to art school in Lithuania, as a primary school pupil, you have to attend painting classes in the evenings. You have to learn all about art theory as a child. Then still life painting, traditional painting and sculpture. Only then can you study at an academy in Lithuania.
It's a system that clearly doesn't suit a free spirit like Vytas has. His artistic field of research is the influence of sexual identity on fashion and architecture. His professor is British conceptual artist and Turner Prize winner Simon Starling. The professors are all established artists, and the students apply directly for their classes. Another important feature, along with the freedom the students are given.
The great thing is that you're not sort of tied into these rather heavy academic structures that so many other countries now have to operate within. You know, this kind of constant assessment and modular system that is increasingly pervasive and to me feels ultimately rather contradictory with the notion of an art education, as I understand it, I suppose.
Nikolaus Hirsch is rector of the Städelschule, and he believes the limited number of places at the academy is an advantage.
This art school is very specific. It's very small, perhaps the most intimate arts academy with the most intimate, direct teaching methods in Germany.
There are only about 200 coveted places at the academy.
Not even 30% of our students are German anymore. Here, English is the main language. It's simply become a very international institution.
Tobias Rehberger's students, among them Florian Auer, are meeting in a market hall in Frankfurt. Rehberger, himself a former Städelschule student, is a bon vivant and winner of the Golden Lion at the 2009 Venice Biennale. He always holds his classes where there's good food to be had, as well as good wine. Savoir-vivre is part of the education. There's a reason behind that.
It was done this way with me, and it didn't do me any harm, so I do the same thing, more or less.
Rehberger's approach to teaching is simple.
People have to try to find out what really interests them during these 5 years, so that a few years on it's still enough to spur them on. I don't tell them what should interest them. They have to discover that themselves. So, on the one hand, there's a lot of freedom, but there's also a lot of work involved. And it has to do with personal responsibility, to a great extent.
Finding their own way and loving what they do is no guarantee of a successful career on the unpredictable art market, even for the Städelschule students.
It makes access to the market easier than with other art schools, since it has a name. But I don't think that guarantees we'll be able to earn a living, nor does anybody else here.
So they can't turn up their noses at doing jobs on the side.
With the art market and success, it's really a matter of luck.
And Florian and Vytautas hope their school, with its emphasis on room to explore creativity, will give them some of that luck. Next week, we visit Mannheim's Pop Music Academy.